In part 2, I take the rest of my blacksmith and some random minifigures to finish off my medieval village. Hi, I'm Brick Rick. Welcome to my channel for Lego ideas, inspiration and instructions. On this channel you'll find loads of castle ideas, pirate stuff and seasonal sets throughout the year, so if you like this type of content, please subscribe. I also post previews on Instagram, so go check it out. So a few weeks ago, a rumour surfaced about a set in 2024, a medieval market village, but we're not sure if that's going to come true, so I decided to make my own out of the Lego Ideas Blacksmith. In episode 1 last week, I showed you some of the smaller parts of this alternate build, including a well, a modified tree, and some of the stalls, including a grocery one here. Assembled all together, it makes a rather nice little market. However, I had loads of pieces left over, so I joined them together with some minifigures and made my own version of this awesome castle medieval market. And here it is. This is my medieval market, an alternate build of the Lego Ideas Blacksmith. Let's take a look around before I tell you how I made it. So behind those market stalls is a little street. We've got a building owned by the town farrier. Then next to that we've got a small tavern, and on the end we've got a nice medieval house. So let's take a little look at these buildings in more detail. As you can see, they're all of a similar height. I used a lot of these bricks to gain this height. In return for depth, they're very narrow. The buildings have a very similar design for the roofs, but they're all subtly different. Out the front you can see that there are certain details on the road, including some horse droppings there outside the farrier. Outside the tavern is a soup making stall, and this one's rather plain outside the medieval house, but I still like those cobblestone effects. Here is the farrier's building and workshop. As you can see, there's a staircase up to the first floor. The ground floor is really tidy, with some hay in the corner and tools on the walls. On the first floor you can see this workshop. There are loads of tools hanging up there, and you can also see a workbench creating those horseshoes. When you invite a horse into this workshop, the farrier can attach them. I really enjoyed putting this build together, including the rather rustic exterior to those walls. I also used those lattice windows to create quite a nice effect. One final detail is I managed to find a place for that log pile underneath the staircase. The next building I wanted to show you was that one on the left there. This is a new medieval tavern. This lad outside has just bought some vegetables to start making some soup for the market. Behind that you can see the entrance to the tavern, and I love those decorated wooden tiles. Above that you can see these really cool lattice windows again that open outwards. Inside you can see it really is a tavern, and they're serving beer by the barrel. Above that, on the first floor, you can see there's a rather upmarket place to sit and have a meal. There's plenty of space for people to sit around this table and have a drink by candlelight. The third and final building is this cottage on the end here, which is very similar to the tavern, except I've managed to use some of the bricks in a more creative way at the bottom, and above that I've tidied up the window frames to make it look a little bit more upmarket. This shot again highlights how narrow these buildings are front to back. On the ground floor you can see a really nice table and chair set that I borrowed from the original blacksmith design, along with that bed on the first floor, a really nice snug place to rest. Now here's a shot of all the buildings from behind, including all the details I added. To top off my build, I added some extra minifigures from my collection, and that's how it all went together to create this medieval market village scene. Really it's an alternate build of the medieval blacksmith, and here he is, standing outside his stall at the market. Across the way you've got the food and groceries trader talking to the owner of the tavern. In the middle of the square you've got these two, not entirely sure what they're plotting, and behind that we've got the farrier talking to that Black Falcon Knight about the state of her horse. So there it is, my medieval market village, an alternate build of the Lego Ideas Blacksmith. If you have this set, give it a go yourself. Many thanks for watching.